Hello everybody, I am Omega Recon Gaming. And welcome back.
There are more who accepted Aesfrost's rule than I imagined.
Glenbrook's history is long. Yet, that is why hierarchy and precedent hold sway. This is a stubborn land, my lady, not given to easy change. Though Archduke Gustadolf, acting in the name of freedom, granted privilege after privilege to the powerful. For people used to Glenbrook's rigid customs, I suppose that sort of change must have been too seductive to resist.
Why is this city leveled? I
Perhaps.
don't get it.
But his freedom was not but greed and
We
cruelty.
didn't battle in the city. That was the literal purpose not
Lady
to.
Frederica, I've been searching everywhere for you.
A Wolffort messenger! Did you run all this way? What's happened?
My lady, I hail from Castle Wolffort, bearing tidings of Lord Simo.
Has he awakened?
He has. He is in high spirits and recovering well. And he is most pleased to hear of the capital's recapture. He bids you visit Castle Wolffort so he can honor you himself.
Oh, I must bring these glad tidings to Serenoa at once. How long it has been since I've seen him smile.
There is one more bit of news I have for you, my lady, but it is not so happy.
Is there some sort of trouble in the Wolffort domain?
Bandits are laying waste to the Rosellan village. To our shame, Castle Wolffort does not have enough soldiers to stop this. We would beg Lord Serenoa's wisdom in this matter.
The enemy must be powerful indeed. We cannot leave the Rosellan village defenseless.
Let us inform the others. Messenger, with us.
Well, well, things are about to get interesting.
The coronation ceremony. Certainly there are more important matters to focus on right now.
A coronation is important to assuage the people's fears and restore their faith, besides which it is the royalists' most fervent wish. A kingdom is only truly as strong as people believe it to be, and right now the world believes Glenbrook
But it's a bad
weak.
look right now.
The
A
ceremony will be a
coronation?
display to the contrary.
It's a bad look.
Is this truly the remedy our situation calls for? Right now, I imagine the people care only for where their next hot meal will come from.
Rest assured, sire, House Wolffort will see your subjects shan't go hungry. But trust me when I say nothing will hasten Glenbrook's return to her former glory so much as announcing the return of Regna's rightful heir. To win your subjects' hearts, you need do nothing but ascend to your position upon the throne.
You mean sit my royal backside on a fancy chair?
In a manner of speaking, a king's duty is first and foremost serving as his kingdom's symbol. You needn't trouble yourself with day-to-day governance. We will assume that burden. After all, you have only just been crowned.
There will be no ceremony. The people will tell us what they need, and you will listen to them, Patriot. That is my command.
As you wish, King Roland.
He's trying to make him look bad.
How fare things, Suette? Have the relief supplies been given to those who need it?
Well, we had received a sizable shipment of goods from Hyzant, but there are complaints. It seems very few of those goods have made it into the hands of the people.
And why is that?
We aren't certain, though apparently Patriot and the Royalists involve themselves with the distribution.
Damn those Royalists! They cannot be left to their own devices.
So I will give a small spoiler because the paths are about to split, and I'm not gonna go do Roland's option and help him with the Royalists. However, I want to spotlight it a bit because it's a very powerful scene. It's a shame that I won't be able to do it, but I at least want to talk about it. Well, before I go into this. This one woman is Royalist. Well, she's the symbolized for the Royalist. She's hoarding all the goods for herself. The peasants don't need them. Only the Royalists need to fill their reserves. And then, because we went with Serenoa makes the women capitulate and give up the food, but not without a fight. Which ends up getting the women arrested if my memory serves me correct. I could be completely... I know at bare minimum she gets arrested. And I also believe Patriot gets arrested as well.
House Wolfort and Minister Exham's forces have reclaimed the Crown City. And not only that, they have dealt a heavy blow to the Esfrosti forces in killing Thalos and other commanding officers.
We couldn't have hoped for a better outcome.
Oh, to see Gustadolf's face when he hears the news. Now he'll have no choice but to come crawling to us on hands and knees, begging for salt. Though, this could be our chance to crush the duchy once and for all.
Just because they're licking their wounds does not make them easy prey. They still have their iron, after all.
Ha! Iron. We can get iron. All we need do is make Glenbrook hand over the Grand Norzelian mines to us. A paltry price to pay for our bountiful aid in their restoration of the Crown City.
The Grand Norzelian mines. The spark that lit the flame of Esfrost's aggression. But why go through the trouble to seize an iron source when they have all the iron they could ever need? I should have Milo look into the matter.
Minister Idor?
Well, regardless, we control the salt. I say we bide our time
it's
until
already
Esfrost
established
admits they are defeated.
that there was salt discovered in there, wasn't there? They already established that was the reason that he was so confident, is that he found another thing of salt.
Besides, Glenbrook seeks our aid in their reconstruction efforts, do they not?
Yes. King Roland and Minister Serenoa have both asked for help, and sent reports detailing the extent of the damage to the Crown City.
Send forth a veritable bounty. To Minister Serenoa of the Saintly Seven, that is.
Ah, yes. A show of the goddess's grace to the people, and as a wedge to drive between him and the king.
Esfrost, Glenbrook, they will both be ours before long.
Go. Chapter 15. Here's the big decision. This decides what ending you get, depending. A lot of choices can, but like this split.
Thank you all for helping to determine the extent of the damage to the capital. This information will be invaluable as we proceed with reconstruction.
There is also happy word from Castle Wolfort. My Lord Father is awake. They say he is recovering apace and is already up and walking.
Those are glad tidings indeed.
He says he would like to see us and hear of all that has passed while he was taken ill.
Then what are we waiting for? I'll saddle the horses.
Would that we could depart at once, but the messenger brought another piece of news.
Bandits plague the outskirts of the Rosellan village.
Jerome and his folk are there. They can handle a few mangy thieves, surely.
Not according to the messenger. The bandits are proving a formidable foe.
Which is why they have asked us for aid.
Apologies for my tardiness. It's sudden, I know, but I must ask you a favor.
What is it?
I suspect Patriot and his royalists of filching relief supplies.
We've no proof it's them, but the fact remains. The people in most need of those goods are not receiving them.
The matter warrants investigating at the very least, and I would ask for Wolfort's assistance.
I see. Well, we were just discussing what we ought to do next. Allow me to explain the 3 courses of action before us. 1. Return to Castle Wolfort as my Lord Father requests. 2. Defend the Rosellan village from bandits. Or 3. Remain in the capital to investigate the royalists.
Honestly...
Lord Simon has recovered. What splendid news. If I could only go to him myself and thank him for all House Wolfort has done. But I cannot leave the capital in the throes of a possible scandal. Too many hold the royal family in contempt.
It's kind of a dick move.
That may be the case, but now that Lord Simon has awoken, someone must make sure he is healthy and apprise him of recent events.
Yeah, like, you could do that, Benedict.
I would go to Castle Wolfort, Lord Serenoa, if it pleases you.
My heart breaks for the Rosellan village. Let me go to its defense, even if I must go alone.
I cannot allow that. It's far too dangerous a task for one person.
Well, I would have the Wolfort soldiers with me, of course. Besides, do you recall our first meeting?
Of course I do. You were being assailed by rogues at the port.
If you hadn't been there, who knows what would have become of me. But I am not as weak now as I was then. I am stronger, enough that I shall bring no dishonor to House Wolfort's name. My lord, have faith in me. Let me do this.
Very well.
It seems best that Benedict, Frederica, and I each attend to these pressing matters, separately.
Indeed, but the rest of us cannot be in 3 places at once. We can only choose one path to take. Bring the scales of conviction.
Okay. So, regardless of what you choose, all 3 will go to a different path. So, it doesn't make you feel as bad that you're letting... So, all 3 of these things will still be fixed. The problem is that, you know, you will not see them get done, and there's, you know, extra scenes and blah, 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 blah.
Lord Serenoa.
Can I go to the... I don't feel like I really need to, but you know what? I feel like I should absorb the dialogue anyway. Yep. Milo will be coming with me, and she'll become a permanent ally. Here she is. It's kind of interesting. You know, I thought most, if not all, of the soldiers were slaughtered. Where's the kitty? Where'd the kitty go? I'm sad. Okay. So, I believe if I can convince so if you can't convince, what do you call it? Huet and Geely, they will go with Frederica and Roland. I'm not completely opposed to letting Huet just stay, but I like to keep my options open. It's not... Roland can handle it by himself, and I would like to have as much as my disposal. Yeah, and this is where you'll unlock Trish. The father will ask to spare her. I believe. Because, like, at the point, they're like, okay, we're tired of it. We fought you several times now. It's done. We're done with you. And then the guy's like, I beg for mercy. She but follow my instructions. Let her serve instead of prison. Please have mercy.
Listen, lad. And further.
Lord Saranoa.
Even so...
I've basically gotten them. I feel kind of a dick for pulling away Huet.
Good point. Okay.
Ah, yes? I don't know. I require some time to think.
I need Julia. I feel dickish about taking her as well, but like I need the heal.
It is time to cast our votes. We have 3 options before us.
Yeah.
Approach the scale.
I agree wholeheartedly.
You have my vote. I have faith in you.
See, I got Anna and
You won me over.
I could have see each one I would have to like appeal to them personally through the way that they would see it, you know, be more advantageous. That's how you move them to move by your words.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen. The way forward is decided. We return to the Wolfort domain with Benedict and inform Father that we have reclaimed the capital. I must return to the Wolfort domain.
Lord Simon will be most pleased to see you, I am certain.
Of course. Fulfill your duty to your father. I shall see to things in the capital.
And I shall attend to the Rosellan village. Please give Lord Simo my best.
Oh, Lord Serenoa, you are returning home? What perfect timing. I was thinking of heading to the Wolfort domain myself. Might I accompany you?
Milo, how'd you sneak into the castle?
Oh, let's just say I have my ways. You might find the companionship of such a capable woman a boon on the road.
I know not what her aims are, my lord, but I do know she will be easier to watch by your side.
Indeed. All right, Milo, you may come. But you'll be put to work for the household. Understood?
Of course, my lord.
Then this is farewell for now. King Roland, Frederica, until our reunion in the capital.
I forgot why this is specifically needed to go to Castle Wolfort.
With the capital once more under their control, the members of House Wolfort disperse to the various corners of the domain. Roland, for his part, works to rid the Crown City of his political enemies. Frederica repairs to the Rosellan village. Serenoa, Benedict, and the others, meanwhile, make a triumphant return to Castle Wolfort, where Lord Simon
Losing
eagerly
Frederica for a
awaits
little
their
bit
arrival.
is saddening. She's really good. I still got my Ice Boy. And Nerval can serve as my fire if need be.
The young rulers have returned.
You're back! You're back! You made it!
Show some respect, lad. They've driven Esfrost from our lands and brought the kingdom back from the brink. And one of them is no less than one of Hyzant's saintly 7.
Dare I say, an achievement greater than Lord Simon ending the Salt Iron War. Fills me with pride enough to think I'd done it myself.
Yeah, Simon ended the war, and yet the Wolforts were treated like
Mr. Lord.
they were nothing.
King? I didn't
I mean,
mean
it was Gustadolf's fault for underestimating him like a clown.
You've done nothing wrong. Address me as you please. I thank you one and all for your efforts in seeing us through to victory.
Oh, you are too gracious, my lord.
As is the Hierophant, who saw fit to bless us with a boatload of salt. And all thanks to you, Lord Serenoa.
The Hierophant, you say?
Wow! That's amazing!
Isn't it just? Bold is the nation that besmirches House Wolfort's honor now.
I reckon not even the king himself would speak ill of us now.
Course not. It was this lad what made that mask-wearing coward of a prince the king.
All hail House Wolfort.
All hail Mr. Lord!
Wow, I forgot they insulted.
Serenoa is truly a man of the people.
They insulted Roland.
And he's got the might to defend him.
I mean,
He's
they're
earned
not
their trust.
wrong. But I
And
mean,
so he may as
Serenoa
well be
did hold
king.
him back a bunch.
I must
you know,
say I
from
do appreciate a powerful
being
man.
stupid.
Perhaps I should cast my lot in with the future rather than the past.
The cowardly prince they refer to is King Roland, no doubt.
Of course.
Familiarity breeds contempt.
I pray that's all it is. Hyzant's overtures are most bold. They mean to lure us in.
See, you know, I don't even feel that bad for not using Benedict because, like, his story is good enough where I don't even need to use him. And the game he's still an important character. Okay. Alright, Twins Gate.
Lord Svarog, you've been summoned to the capital with regard to the deaths now. How long do you intend to defy the Archduke's orders?
I've no time for his trifling inquiries, now that Glenbrook has been wrested from our hold. I fear an assault on the Duchy is imminent. We must fortify Twins Gate.
Such an order would be mine to give, not yours.
Begone! I was a fool to think you could protect the Duchy's lands.
The Archduke shall render his judgment.
Damn his judgment, and everything it has wrought! Leaving that fool Thalis in charge of Glenbrook brought this upon us.
I shall pass your words on to him, then.
See that you do, messenger boy. And let him know that if he wishes for me to follow his orders, he will speak the truth, and nothing but.
Interesting. I'm curious about this one, though.
Once proud Esfrost has been laid low, and Prince Roland installed as King of Glenbrook. Perhaps now they understand how powerful we are.
There is yet more good news. We have coaxed enough power from the Elfric to power the automaton.
Oh, have the spoils of war ever been so great?
A question House Wolfort no doubt asks themselves. Are you not troubled by their gains? The people of Glenbrook rally around their newly returned hero as we speak. I fear we have unwittingly created an enemy to rival Esfrost, or worse.
Which is precisely why I have sent Milo to watch their every move. We shall be informed of any plots against us in due course.
And you are content to trust this, Milo?
What does it matter if I trust her? The goddess shall render final judgment to any and all traitors.
Be they spies, or one of the Saintly Seven.
Indeed. May we never live to witness such a tragedy.
Interesting. I think Milo's thinking of defecting. So here's a big emotional scene coming. I'm actually really...
How fares my father?
He is most lucid, my lord, though asleep at the moment. I fear the malady has sapped much of his strength.
I see.
It's not all doom and gloom, though. Word of your recent exploits lifted his spirits considerably. He cannot wait to hold a feast and praise you before the entire house.
Ha! May he forget he said that upon waking.
You should accept the honor with grace, my lord. He is your father, after all.
I would gladly accept, of course. Even hearing secondhand that he takes pride in my efforts threatens to swell my head.
Huge tone shift.
The young lord has reclaimed Glenbrook, Lady Destra. He fought as valiantly as Simon or Regna. Would you were here to witness it.
Forgive me, Benedict.
No, forgive me, Lord Serenoa. I shall take my leave.
Nonsense. You are the reason I stand here today, and I would tell Mother that myself. I bid you stay.
How very gracious of you. I owe much to Lord Simon and Lady Destra. They filled my life with purpose. They left you in my charge. But you have already demonstrated your power for all the realm to see. You now walk on your own 2 feet. I have no doubt you can lead Norzelia into a glorious new era of peace and prosperity, with King Roland by your side.
Speak frankly, Benedict. What is it you wish to say?
I have done all I can for you, Lord Serenoa. I will resign following the evening's festivities. Anna shall take my place if it pleases you.
You would leave me unmoored at a time like this?
I know the time is not ideal, but your father is not long for this world. I would repay my debt to him by caring for him in his final days. After that, I shall stand watch over their eternal resting place and regale them with tales of your great deeds.
Benedict.
I see there shall be no swaying you. My gratitude for you flows like the mighty Norzelia River. Even so, I would ask for a moment more to make up my mind.
Understood, my lord. Then let us return to the castle and prepare for the evening's feast.
Such a real, you know, moment. You could feel how much Benedict really cares about Simone and Destra, the constant visits to the grave, you know. There's even character quests, you know, that you will not get to see because for some reason they didn't spawn, and I'm really irritated. But you know what? It would have also added significantly to the runtime. And I've got Armored Core to review next. Which is irritating. Well, it's just like, you know, fuck. Let me check, Really? So irritating! Update your wares, Lionel, you bastard! So close. I am so goddamn close. I need to start doing things that'll get me, like, more, of those things. Because, you know, I want to finish this last playthrough with... I don't know, maybe I will do more playthroughs, but not, you know, right now, because I've got lots to reveal. Maybe in, like, a down month, like, maybe next June or something, or if there is another one coming up. But I think
this is quite the
these next few months will be very busy for me.
Each and every one of them eager to get to know you better to advance their own ends. Be on your guard.
I shouldn't think that would be necessary. Father has gathered those he trusts most to lend me their aid. For that, I am grateful. Whatever the case, we mustn't keep them waiting.
I thank you kindly for the invitation, Lord Serenoa. Or shall I address you as Glenbrook's savior?
Ha! You needn't go that far, no.
I disagree. Your accomplishments speak for themselves. Power becomes you. It makes you alluring to people such as myself. Pray, let me accompany you for the evening and beyond.
I shall need a moment to consider your most gracious offer.
It's a thing of beauty when they grow up. Hey, Benedict?
It is, and yet it can leave one feeling strangely bereft.
It does that mean?
Aye. Well, that's fatherhood for you.
How many people actually know what that means? Genuinely. Like, if I polled a bunch of people... Hold on. I'm gonna even look what that even means. Deprived or lacking. Person sadly or lonely, especially through someone's death or departure. Ah, okay. The more you know. Okay. So if I'm thinking, I think this guy is him. But if you look at his current outfit, not what he's wearing as upgraded. I mean, just look at him. He's also a merchant, and remember, in the encampment, he's a merchant who's selling you things.
Lord Simon lives!
Haven't seen him in ages. He looks well. Thank the stars.
Let me take your hand.
I can manage on my own, my boy. I've not felt this good in some time. But I shall want you by my side the rest of the evening, that I may hear of your exploits in full.
Nothing would make me happier, Father.
I thank you all for gathering to celebrate with me House Wolfort's victories. Against all odds, my son and his stalwart allies have reclaimed the Kingdom of Glenbrook. I felt a great weight lifted from my shoulders as I watched him grow into a worthy heir. I dare say I've never been so proud. Permit me the indulgence of offering a toast to my son, my pride and...
Hannah!
Huh?
Father!
Assassins.
Attack her! What do you mean? I guess he is panicking because... Unfortunately for you, Assassin, you're going to die now because now I have the power to kill you.
Eyes on me, Father. Steady yourself.
Before you fucking run away.
Let my guard down. But it takes more than that to fell Simon Wolfort.
Then more you shall have. Not today.
Oh!
Thank you, Milo.
Save your breath. We're not rid of the assassins.
Kill them, Milo.
Gladly.
Kill them all. We shan't have a chance like this again.
Patriot! What are you...
You traitorous cur!
Even Simon shall fight alongside us. I like this. Allow Simon to fall. Is she required? Yep, okay. Let's see. Like 10, we've already hit 10. Oh, so they're not giving me 11 like usual? Okay, I don't need an archer.
Very well.
I could pick Eredor, honestly. Just let him do something. Yeah, this will be fine. Yeah, Anakin needs to come up here. This should be good.
The Wolforts are a blight upon this land. A blight I will see cleansed.
Your treachery ends here, Patriot! On my house's honor, I swear!
Patriot and his ilk must die. Keep my father alive at all costs.
I'll take it from here.
You've got this!
What now?
Time to work. Shadows concealed.
You've done enough, damn it!
On my honor as the Dawn Spear. Strike true!
Choices, choices.
Take this!
I see right through you.
For the honor of House Wolfort. Now I end this.
Face me if you dare. If I must destroy myself, so be it.
Shall we begin?
Here.
Well done.
Here I go! Calculating. 4.
I haven't been broken yet!
So, it falls to me.
my turn now. I must do my duty.
Blarg can handle it by herself.
You are so naive.
You'll pay for this! You're holding Glenbrook back, Wolford. There!
You are so naive.
Strike while the iron's hot.
I shall protect you.
Patriot? You've chosen death?
Your defenses crumble. Allow me. Allow me.
Come on. Oh, come on. Really?
None of you will survive. Strike
Not
true.
this time. Let me return the favor.
And you're gonna heal Patriot. Oh.
That's it?
You're gonna attack me? Why? Oh, fuck.
Flee while you have the chance.
You wanna know what death tastes like?
I am finished. Now what to do?
We're not done here.
I shall do what I can.
Detail. He needs a quick death, but... Yeah.
Allow me.
Most appreciated.
Decimo, taking off.
Where was I?
Free!
Yes, very effective.
I can do this.
She gets stronger. Lower health she is.
I'll do what I can.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Death from above.
I haven't been broken yet.
I'll take it from here.
I'm curious. Great spinning slash. So that's interesting. Why not just give him the most powerful, like, ship? I don't get it. Yeah. This is close to the end game, so I really don't get this. How much do you have? Maxwell, you can... Let's see, upon your turn, you could use High Dive if I get a smidge closer. God, really? It's really gonna be that way.
Will this work?
On my honor as the Dawn Spear.
There we go.
All shall yield before my spear! Just as I planned.
My turn. This is the end. It's over.
Good job, Anne.
You're quite formidable.
Get back, you fool!
No marbles.
Cordelia, no!
Shall we dance?
You poor thing. Face me if you dare.
I kind of want to let Serenoa get this final hit. Yeah, fuck it.
You were no match for me.
I pray this was not my only chance to destroy them. I shan't make the mistake of underestimating them again.
You're dead, you idiot! Unless that was not a killing blow.
I shall do what I can.
Cordelia's fine. Needs the most help.
Your wounds are...
Yes, this will do.
On my honor as the Dawn Spear. Prepare yourself.
We're not done here.
Behold! Behold!
After me? Are you? On the honor of House Wolford!
I like that he does get an attack in. That's great. I like that. You know what? I'll accept that. I actually really wanted to know what that did.
Was my sword ever so heavy? Age is a persistent foe. Ah! Ah!
Be strong, father. I shall get you treatment at once.
Serenoa, please. If I must go, at least it was alongside you, on the battlefield.
Enough of this talk. You will yet live.
I've seen scores of soldiers perish, my son. Death comes for us all. Does it not, dear Benedict?
Forgive me, my lord. I could not keep you safe.
I beg you, give the three of us a moment together.
As you wish. Eredor?
Aye.
Go.
The Wolforts are as dangerous as I feared. They must be wiped out for the good of all Glenbrook.
Finish him.
There is no escape, Patriot. Tell me why a royalist like you would attack Lord Simon.
Yes. Why would you threaten to tear asunder a newly restored Glenbrook?
Restored? Restored to what? The Duchy killed your king and controls your land, and you've what, exactly? The collected ashes of the royal family? Those who joined the Duchy thrived. Those who resisted were ground beneath their heel. The nobles and commoners have never been further apart, though beneath it all, they are bound not by the king's memory, but greed.
Perhaps, but we can unite them behind King Roland.
The weakest link of them all. The prince, who forsook his family, a ruler in nothing but name if the people speak true. The Wolford reputation stains him, and it shall be his undoing.
Silence him.
So that's your angle.
Enough slander.
Kill him. Kill him.
You're blind to it, admit it. You rebuffed the Isfrosti army, curried favor with the Saintly Seven, protected Roland, and immediately installed him as king. You think yourselves above the high houses of Glenbrook, nay, above His Majesty himself. Who would not want to rid themselves of such a stain?
You suggest King Roland gave the order?
Would he possess such rationality? We would not be in this mess if he did. Thus I decided to intervene. For the good of the kingdom.
Okay.
So we need only kill you. That is a mercy.
Oh, this is well overdue. Everybody who I hate is dying. Yay!
Only Benedict and I know what I'm about to tell you. I bid you listen well and remain calm. I am not your father, at least not by birth.
No!
You are the blood of our former king, Ragnar.
What?
I promised His Majesty I would hide the truth from you. Forgive me. Destra was indeed your mother. That much was no lie. She was a commoner in the Crown City.
A woman of little means and low station, but possessed of unparalleled intellect and boundless affection. He would often sneak out into the city in disguise. Fate united them on one of those evenings, and they fell in love. Thus, you were brought into the world.
He wished to marry her, but her low station made that unthinkable. In
So
time,
he's a bastard
the
child.
royalists found out and plotted her murder.
So Lord Simon took her as his wife to keep her safe.
And so I was born the heir of House Wolford.
Sadly, your dear mother passed not long after you were born. It was she who named you. It was the one thing she was able to pass down to you. And now I leave you this.
The royal signet.
Only one of Glenbrook's royal line may wear it. I was to keep it until the time was right. And so it is now.
Father, you leave me completely unmoored. What am I to do with this unspeakable knowledge?
I leave you with a heavy burden. This I know better than any. Be strong, Serenoa. Forge your own path. Lead the people. Keep watch over him, Benedict.
I will.
No, Father. Stay with me. Please.
All this and still, you call me Father. I am proud of you, my son.
Please don't go. Father! Please!
So Patriat meant to eliminate House Wolford to protect the crown.
Why didn't he aim? Wait, why didn't he aim
Yes,
for
he admitted as much
Serenoa?
himself.
Why did he aim for Simon specifically?
I can assure you he acted alone. King Roland was not a party to the plot.
That is fortunate, yes. But the mere fact of it could tear Glenbrook apart, were it to be made known. Lord Simon's assassination must be kept secret, my lord.
You would have me say his illness claimed him then?
I thank you for your assistance, Milo. Speak not a word of this to anyone.
I shan't. For the good of House Wolford.
Why, Benedict? You know she's a
I
spy,
cannot
though.
fathom why he thought us to be enemies. We mean no harm to the royal family.
Misplaced as his fears may be, we must stand ready to defend ourselves, in word and deed, from any who may reach similar conclusions. That includes King Roland himself.
You heard Anna. Roland didn't issue the order. What are you plotting, Benedict?
I seek only to ensure House Wolford's survival. Lord Simon was murdered. Other enemies may well be within our ranks as we speak. They must be stopped at all costs, no matter who they are.
Can I count on your continued guidance, Benedict?
Glenbrook's throne is yours for the taking. You have the claim and the might to back it up. Your Lord Father beseeched you to forge your own path and lead the people. Might you not best accomplish that if you were king?
Perhaps. But I would sooner fall upon my own sword than usurp the throne from my friend. The truth of my lineage does not leave this room. I shall keep it hidden along with this ring.
As you wish, my lord. I trust your judgment.
I come bearing a missive from King Roland. He requests your presence in the Crown City immediately. The Frosty survivors are on the move.
They leave me no time to mourn. Lead the way.
So this is actually where another two paths will diverge again. It's pretty obvious to see where, but I will not say.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital. But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
So if you think about it now, that since he has a claim to the throne, right? But he is a bastard child though, so his claim isn't as, like, there. I mean, he could do it because he reclaimed the throne.
Is there something on your mind, Roland?
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
It also means that Roland and Serenoa are brothers.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out. This kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
This is basically where you learn what you missed. You know. Serenoa would still learn about
I would speak with you
everything
before we meet with the others.
Is something the matter? I was led to believe the Rosellan village escaped all but unscathed.
Pray, look at this.
A book?
We recovered it from a band of brigands. It once belonged to the Esfrosti archives.
They're the ones who stole the book.
It was authored by one Orlea, my mother. Inside is the truth about the Roselle. Nay, about all Norzelia.
The truth? How would your mother have that knowledge?
The Rosellan people have long passed down the secret of the salt. My mother was a chosen keeper of that history. In ancient times, the Roselle lived in the southernmost reaches of Norzelia, in a place called Centralia. It is said Centralia was on the shore of a vast expanse of salt water they called the sea. Back then, the Norzelia we know was at the bottom of that sea, but a cataclysm dried up all the water, and thus this land came to be. The salt crystallized and sank into the earth, the very earth we now walk upon.
Salt beneath our feet.
After the cataclysm, only one small lake of salt remained. War raged on and on as people fought to control it. The Roselle tried to stop the fighting by digging up a giant pillar of salt to show everyone the secret they had long kept. But Hyzant, whose power over Norzelia came from controlling the lake and the salt it produced, could not allow the truth to get out. They captured the Roselle, branded them criminals who tried to seize control of the salt for themselves, and confined them to the lake.
And what of the pillar?
Hyzant stole it and hid it, inside the very statue of the goddess that towers over the source.
How can you be certain?
During the uprising, my mother broke the statue and recovered a fragment of the pillar within.
The salt crystal found in the Rosellan village. Incredible. If what you say is true, the teachings are a lie. This will shake Hyzant to its very foundations.
And we would be able to free the Roselle from their imprisonment at the source.
With so much at stake, we must be careful in what we do now. Frederica, I would ask for more time to think this through.
Of course. I have every faith in House Wolffort. And in you.
So much happens so quickly, you know.
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the salt. It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he
bade me lead House Wolffort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the Royalists who misappropriated supplies?
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess? If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
The crystal from the Rosellan village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzelian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
I mean, Gustadolf is really bold with this. It's so stupid. Here's what I meant by earlier, where it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Extraction is nearly finished. We've secured the amount we were told.
Oh,
Seems
hi,
such
Benedict's
a
voice
waste
actor.
to just leave the rest.
Don't think Archduke
just did
Gustadolf
this
gives two
over his
shites.
life. I mean...
Hurry it up. We need to be done here
I
before
guess they just
Glenbrook
need an
catches
air
on to us.
guard.
Sir.
I mean, that sounds just... If that's not him, I'd be very surprised. Fate completed. You can't escape from crossing fate. Okay. We still have a bit to go. Which unfortunately means I have to do this mine.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom. For one, the secret of
Yeah, skip.
The remnants of these frosty forces are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines. Or perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations, with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the Duchy, too.
You mean iron ore?
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzelian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
What my mother wrote of must be true. I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzelian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Esfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they are planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzelian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
Oh! Huh? A character story? Wait, what? I'm confused. So yeah, that's what a character story looks like. It's a blue marking. Huh.
Princess Cordelia, are you here without so much as a single bodyguard?
Yes. Today I have come to speak with my people. Tell me true what troubles you.
Oh my... Is that truly Cordelia?
What's that ass-frosty pawn of a princess doing here?
How dare you besmirch Her Highness's good name! Say that again and you'll...
Let them speak their minds, Yuet. I'm here to provide, not to punish. Tell me what you need, plainly and honestly.
Might you spare some porridge? My poor child lies sick abed, hungry.
We have food enough for all. I shall send you some out at once, and a healer to you as well. Fear not. Your child should be back on her feet in due course.
Oh, thank you, Your Highness.
All the rumors said she was a traitorous puppet. Yet here she is, being kind and reasonable.
It's almost
She's
like
always
those are
been a
just
champion
rumors.
of the people.
Your Highness, we beg you forgive us our slander.
They're no longer quite so restless.
During the Esfrosti occupation, I was sealed away inside the castle. I was but an ornament, perched on the castle balcony, unable to speak to you as I do now. It is no wonder you believed as you do. No one stood before you to tell you the truth.
Halt! Not one step closer!
Esfrost may have been driven off, but now you've sold us to the traitorous House Wolfforts!
Aye! Lord Landroy's blood stains your hands!
Our homes burned to the ground in the fighting. We'll take your head before your damn food!
Refugees from the Falk's domain.
I accept full responsibility. You have every right to hate me as you do.
What could she possibly owe you lot?
Take it up with Esfrost. They're the ones who invaded our kingdom in the first place.
The princess has fulfilled her duty. Alone, no less, with King Regna and Prince Franny gone.
She put the lives of her subjects above all else.
I'll not stand for anyone speaking ill of Her Highness. Not after she's pledged to save my child.
Everyone, please! Brave souls of House Falks, pray hear my words. I understand that you see not in me, but the enemy of your beloved Lord Landroy. I make no excuses for myself. Your lord loved this kingdom as much as anyone. Please understand that I love it too. Each and every one of us trod a path paved with pain and sorrow to arrive here today. But we must keep our eyes fixed upon a shared horizon, tempting though it may be to gaze upon the cracks in the path that divide us. I ask only that you keep your heads held high, and join me in striving to rebuild Glenbrook to be stronger than ever before. I swear to you that I will give all of myself in service to this kingdom. I will show this with my every action, for I know that my words hold little purchase with you now. Should you feel that I have wronged you in you, or lied to you once more, at that time you may have my head.
Your Highness!
Sounds like you mean it. If you'd go that far, I reckon I can give you one last chance. But mark my words, my blade shall claim you, if you renege on what you've said today.
May it be so.
Most impressive, Your Highness. It would seem your words truly did reach the people's hearts. I can only hope this begins to heal the rift between the people and the royal family.
Even if it means speaking to every last one of my subjects in person, I shall see it done.
One thing I never understood in history, why... I guess, like, why did people just let kings just do whatever the hell they wanted? I guess, like, they didn't feel like they were owed anything. You know. But it's interesting to me how, like, kings just got away with treating their subjects horribly. And it's just like, you think that he would rather treat the subjects better and they would love him. That it makes no sense. It just, to me, it makes no sense. Let me check if there's anything in the thing before we move on, because that could... Please, 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 please. Damn it! Woo! 187. Okay, I'm getting close. Alright, let's do the fucking line. Let's try to do it as quickly as possible. What could even be a thing right now?
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the sanctions and reopened trade with us.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch, while the Esfrosti were all but crushed. We could not have asked for a more auspicious outcome.
An outcome that would not have been possible without the Elfric we supplied them. Still, Minister Serenoa and House Wolford must be given credit for aiding in our victory.
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
I am only speaking truth. Leaving Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Sacred Seven, he belongs here with us.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord. Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Hyzantian rule.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt, which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City. We will so overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddess's grace and wisdom to Glenbrook and even Esfrost, until her divine protection shelters Nozelia in its entirety. That is what the goddess desires, and therefore, what the Hierophant desires as well.
Is this all of it?
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
And why is no one telling me what is happening? I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect.
We shan't refuse your gracious offer. Come with me.
Can all that cargo truly be naught but iron ore? I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
Why the investigation? Let it just be a fight. Why do you gotta fucking make me investigate first? Let me fight. Just get it over with. Okay. So I'm gonna have to pick my speed characters in order to make this go very fast. And even then, it's gonna be still a pain in the ass.
Were those the only ones?
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
They've mined more since the last time we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Likely that's the case.
Indeed. The enemy may be waiting to ambush. I advise we...
Agreed.
None of this is important. Yeah, so interestingly, during the battle, you can make these carts hit people and use them for travel, but they are such a pain in the ass. I am not even kidding. They are so irritating. That'd be funny if your grand's body was still here. It's just a big pain in the ass.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Yes, a means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock. They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Thank you. I do not find it strange that there are explosives in a mine. Only that they have been left here.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Intruders! Get them! The Esfrosti army!
Here we go.
The Esfrosti mean to seal off the mine!
Do not let them through the tunnel. Kill them!
But this is House Wolfort we're up against, Commander.
You think I don't know that? The battle won't be easily won. But if we've the metal to use our explosives, victory may cost us our lives, but we could take those Wolfort curs with us. For Esfrost, for an end to Hysantian tyranny. We must blockade the mines! Soldiers, make ready!
Aye! No, they don't mean to.
They would blow the tunnel at the cost of their own lives?
Stupid. Allow even a single explosive to detonate. Here we go. This is a bastard and a half.
Leave it to me!
I want to show off what everybody can do. This is a mission built on Seed. Milo might be fast, but I need people who can attack.
I won't let you down.
Decimal, you'd be good for hitting multiple enemies. Why 10 again? Why not give me 11? What the fuck? I'd rather have somebody who can attack.
I'll do my best.
Comrades, we will seal off the mine!
Strike while the iron's hot.
You've got this! Splendid.
Your orders?
So they're going to be setting down bombs.
Too easy. Too easy.
On my honor as the Dawn Spear.
I mean, I could make it over there, but how long do I have? Oh, okay, because everybody has an individual turn, so... I kind of want to...
My turn.
Come on, Serenoa, make your move.
This battle is ours.
Alright, fuck it. Alright, we need to start moving. Why does that do so much more damage?
Take aim.
All right, the rest of you, keep going.
Damn it! We need to hurry. Defeat is not an option.
Here? There we go.
Unite under the Wolford banner!
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now everybody should be able to...
I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
Okay. Why does it take... I guess because it, like... Oh, okay, that's actually pretty neat.
It worked!
Let me heal your wounds.
What's miraculous light? That's pretty good, honestly.
Make the most of this.
Much appreciated.
It's a lot of TP just to burn on one singular guy. Yeah.
So, it falls to me.
I do not miss. Strike while the
God,
iron's
Anna,
hot.
when will it ever be your turn?
I shall protect you. Behold!
Time to work. Suffer.
My turn.
Okay.
This is where you fall. From where shall we strike?
This battle is ours.
How long does the bomb have? 44 turns? I still got time. Ain't going anywhere, you little bitch.
This battle is won.
A wasted effort.
I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
That would be funny if it worked.
Don't be on one.
Shall we begin? Fear not, for I am by your side.
Me.
Where was I?
That's so unfair that they can heal
Whatever it
themselves
takes.
and place a bomb. Why do they get so many actions? 34 times. Okay, I need to use this thing.
On my honor as the Dawn Spear.
Okay. High jump. Wait.
All by my design.
Your orders? I will leave you defenseless.
Currently, Anna. Well, Roland's there. He can take care of it.
My turn.
There we go. How long for that bomb? Okay, we got plenty of time. Let's see. What can I do? Ooh. I have a... Oh, well, that won't work. Because I can't stand. I think it's smarter to defuse the bomb.
From where shall we strike?
Don't you dare put
Time
down
to take
another-
flight. Behold! Behold!
Too obvious. I hope you're watching, Grandfather.
My turn.
This is the end.
More of them. Stay.
Cool heads shall prevail. Victory goes to the Queen.
I shall make every effort.
I shall protect you. shall yield before my spear!
Now then, to work.
This is everything I've got! I'll take it from here. Forward! My turn. Freeze your last!
Oh fuck.
Wolfort bastards! We'll have no...
More soldiers. We need to stop.
I feel like I want to leave Decimal behind because if I remember correctly...
We must tread carefully.
Allow me. Here I come.
Prepare to face the Dawn Spear. All by my design.
Time for some sorcery.
I feel like I should hold back a bit.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Good try.
Now then, to work.
Time to take action. You've made me angry. Perfect!
I don't think I've ever...
Defeat is not an option.
I kind of wish Serenoa had like an ultimate attack. He doesn't really kind of have that.
My turn. My lance strikes true!
I need a healer.
This is the end. Too easy.
My turn. Let me return the favor. Death must wait. It is just as I planned.
Here I come.
Time for some sorcery. Just hold on, everyone!
Thank you.
Let me heal your wounds. Be at ease.
Most appreciated. Where was I? I do not miss.
Back at you! Damn it!
Whatever it takes.
What would Father do? Ha-ha!
Here I go!
We must tread carefully.
Into the shadows.
Let's do now. You don't stand a chance!
I shan't hold back.
Time to take flight. I won't miss! Allow me. I'll show you what I can do. Just hold on, everyone!
I appreciate it.
Let me heal your wounds. Your wounds are healed.
So, it falls to me.
Express?
Whatever it
your
takes.
hands.
Why does it take it off when they leave my party? It's so annoying! Oh my god! Why did they fucking do that? No wonder why Roland is... It's terrible. So irritating.
Let's do this!
That's a big help.
Carefully. Thought you had me, huh?
Come get me. Ha!
I shan't hold back. Look carefully.
Here I go!
Bless back at you!
Time to take flight. I won't miss!
Why can't I attack?
Here I come! I can heal too!
That's much better.
Where was I?
Shall we begin?
Your wounds are healed.
Prepare to face the Dawn Spear. All shall yield before my spear.
Finish him, Anne.
I will leave you defenseless. Sound strike.
Hello, me! His frosty soldiers have been dealt with. The mine is ours again.
Jesus Christ, that took me over 30 minutes. And when this is done, I have to reattach everything. Oh, and I gotta do it to Frederica as well, and Benedict. God. Oh, it's so irritating.
That was close.
To think they tried to collapse the tunnel with themselves still inside.
Oh wait, Benedict
Why
came
would the
with me.
Esfrosti
Never mind.
blow themselves up to destroy the place they were charged to defend? It makes no strategic sense.
Nothing Esfrost does make sense. But if they were this desperate, there must be something in there they do not want us finding. We must see what lies at the end of this tunnel.
Now let us press on.
I won't fix the things on screen. That's what I'll do off screen.
Oh! These pink rocks aren't iron.
It's salt. Or rather, salt crystal.
Crystallized salt, untapped beneath the earth. The Rosellan legend my mother recorded is true.
The Grand Norzellian mines must have been built upon a vein of crystals. This explains how Esfrost was able to cut ties with Hyzant.
I thought that
as
was
long as
already
they could excavate their
discovered.
own,
Whoops.
they didn't need to rely on the salt from the Holy State. They could fight without it.
Well, that's pretty obvious, honestly.
How do you think Gustadolf discovered this?
Lord Dragan was in charge of the mines, until he was assassinated in that sudden Esfrosti raid, which Gustadolf used as a pretense to invade Glenbrook, after which he claimed control of the mines. That tells me Lord Dragan was likely the first to discover the salt crystals. However, a struggle ensued between him and Gustadolf over their ownership.
So Gustadolf had him killed and ordered the invasion of Glenbrook.
He could have told us this.
In order to seize control of the mines and secure the salt crystals for himself. That scheming bastard!
Looks like we made the right call, taking back the mines. They already took loads of salt crystals to the Duchy, but even that ain't gonna last them forever.
Indeed. If we can hold the mines, Esfrost will have no choice but to surrender.
And what if they discover another vein of salt crystals elsewhere?
A real possibility, if the Rosellan legend is to be believed. But the Grand Norzellian mines only succeeded because all three powers worked together. If this is the kind of terrain salt crystals are found in, Esfrost cannot dig a new mine all on their own that easily.
Meaning they are at their most vulnerable now, without a source of salt to call their own.
This does not concern only Esfrost. The existence of salt crystals will undermine the very foundation upon which Hyzant is built.
If people knew that, then the two pillars of Hyzantian power, the source and the might of their goddess, would crumble.
And it would prove the Rosellan legend is true.
Yes, Frederica, we get
If
it.
the truth, they would be forced to free the Rosell they've imprisoned.
We hold the very future of Norzellia in our hands.
You would think.
Whatever we decide to do, we cannot decide it lightly.
Indeed. For now, let us return to the Crown City. Huet, send word to the capital. I want Kingdom soldiers posted around this entire area. Tell them to allow no one anywhere near the mines.
It shall be done, sire.
Wait, why not mine the crystals? Wait, why not mine the crystals?
This must be what the old man was hoping to find.
So, our army failed to secure the Grand Norzellian mines.
It would seem House Wolfort interfered. Glenbrook forces already surround the area, so retaking the mines is likely out of the question.
They must have discovered the salt crystals. Damn them. Gather our soldiers, and be quick about it.
Aye, Your Grace.
I see you finally decided to answer my summons, Svarog.
I shan't use laboring in secret to complete the death's knell as an excuse. Punish me as you see fit. If you think you can, that is.
I ought to wipe that impertinent smile off your face.
I saw what they brought in from the Grand Norzelian mines.
Huh. So you know of the salt crystals?
Enough secrets, Gustadolf. Tell me what you are planning.
To use those salt crystals to put the final nail in Hyzan's coffin. To free the people of Norzelia from their tyranny by ending their monopoly over salt.
By which you mean the strong will be free to trample the weak. Is that it?
I will not argue semantics. Though it is at least far more human to struggle for one's own survival, rather than capitulate to the whims of some goddess. People have the right to discover their own strength and wield it to claim what is rightfully theirs. Just as you are contesting me at this very moment, Uncle.
How long have you known of the salt crystal's existence?
I learned of the possibility long ago, when I read of them in an old text from the archives. Ancient knowledge should never be discarded, as you well know, since you had Dragan study there to perfect his explosives.
You are the one who had him killed.
Spare me your unfounded speculation.
I heard all that happened from the Wolforts. They were there when he drew his last breath. Act the fool, and you shall be revealed as one, Gustadolf. Dragan oversaw the mine. It only stands to reason that he would have discovered the salt crystals first. So you, in your greed, had him killed, so that you might claim his discovery for your own. Not only that, but you used his murder as a pretext to invade Glenbrook. Am I wrong?
Huh. You have an admirable imagination. Admirable, but mistaken. Your son was quite the ambitious man, you know.
What do you mean?
You know very well what I mean. Indeed, Dragan did discover the salt crystals. Who else do you think told me of their existence? Yet he refused to hand them over unless I made him Prime Minister of Esfrost. And your son's scheming didn't end there. At the same time, he had initiated negotiations with Glenbrook. He offered them salt crystals in exchange for a noble title. He sought to fatherland and foe for all he could get.
Lies! All of it! How dare you dishonor my son's name!
House Wolfort fed you a fairy tale, and you gobbled it right up because it aligned with what you wanted to believe. Uncle, now is not the time for family squabbles. Glenbrook now knows of the salt crystals. It is but a matter of time until Hyzant learns of them as well. We must make ready to stand against them.
What would you have me do?
The Death's Knell is taking far too long to build. See that it is finished with haste. Do that, and I will name you my Prime Minister, so you may fulfill your dearly departed son's dream in his stead.
Very well.
There is no time to waste. War will be upon our doorstep before we know it.
Manipulation.
A war to end all wars. A war whose victor shall rule Norzelia in her glorious entirety.
I bet you expected Gustadolf to fucking murder him. But nope. God, I'm really running long. I knew the mine was going to take a good amount, but I didn't know it was going to go this long.
Deep in the Grand Norzelian mines lay a most unexpected...
No, I don't need to recap. Shut up.
Unexpected though it may be, The salt crystals are now ours. How shall we proceed?
Carefully, for it has the potential to alter the balance of power across Norzelia. This is an opportunity to reshape the realm to our benefit. We must be strategic.
It's a target on our backs is what it is. There'll be no peace for us so long as we hold him.
Hyzant will set upon us with a fury we've never known if they hear of this.
She's right. They will stop at nothing to defend their faith.
Nor will Esfrost go quietly into the night.
Then let us prepare for when word does spread, rather than fret over how long we can keep the secret. Whether we protect the salt as ours or find another way to use it, we must act soon.
What say you, Your Majesty?
We find ourselves at a crossroads. Not just as a kingdom, but an entire realm. Our decision will touch every life in Norzelia. I too wish to act quickly. But I beg you all for a moment alone with my thoughts.
Your caution is admirable, but ill-advised. Hesitation could cost us everything.
That much is obvious. Yet I cannot race headlong into the unknown when so much depends upon us.
Benedict, I find myself unmoored as well. I wish to hear from all present before we decide upon a course of action.
As you wish. Pray let it be swift.
Serenoa, answer me this. Can I count on you to walk the path with me? Whatever it may be.
I was named Lord of House Wolfort long before I was inducted into the Saintly Seven. And I've been your friend even longer still.
Say no more. Take the others to Castle Wolfort and await my word. Likewise, inform me of any movements from Hyzant.
As you wish. Until we meet again.
Finally. Jeez. Yeah, so, Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all next time.